Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. Just the 7 races at Belmont on Wednesday. It's been pretty wet in WA the last few days. Partly cloudy on Wednesday is the forecast, 18 degrees Celsius. I think the track will be a soft 5, maybe a soft 6 at worst. And the rail, it will be 17 metres with a cutaway in the straight. Race number 1 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 1:49. It's the free entry to Belmont Park Maiden over 1,700 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the last start performance of Zala.
Into the corner, My Top Secret, kinder at the head of the others, but it's Miss Brighton full of running at the 300, a length and a half to Bon Odyssey and a further 2.5 behind them, Trade Fair Express. Now to the outside again comes Zala. Miss Brighton though still leads them. Here's Bon Odyssey on the outside, Miss Brighton on the inside trying to rally, but on the outside it's Bon Odyssey going better than her and comes away Bon Odyssey. Bon Odyssey has won.
Just the 6 runners in the first race. Ended up with number 5 here. Zala from the Simon Miller Yard was a beaten favourite on both of its starts at Pinjarra in July and then in August, but did post the fastest last 200 metres of that race that we saw in replay. That was over the 1,300 metres. He's bred to get over a trip as well by Tavistock out of Lady Peony, and I think she can improve past her rivals here, stepping up to the 1,700 with the informed Chris Parnham in the saddle. Goes on top from number 1, Trade Master, who's placed 3rd in back-to-back maidens and now rises in trip from the 1,400 at Belmont to the 1,700 in search of that first win. Great Waters was the horse that won the maiden last start. Trade Master comes out of. I think that form's okay, but this horse is finding it hard to crack it. Number 2 is Return to Was, who's got nearly 2.5 lengths to make up on Zala from the replay race, but was first up at Pinjarra. And then number 4, Love Strikes, a 14-start maiden. Exposed has been a fair way below those that we normally see from the Lindsay Smith Yard. Gate 4 here for this horse, Love Strikes, ridden by Jared Noski. Top selection in race number 1 is number 5, Zala, to beat 1, Trade Master, 2 to Return to Was, and 4 Love Strikes. Race number 2 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 2:24. It's the Privé Fashion Platform Handicap over 1,400 metres and in replay. Let's go back to Pinjarra and the run of Ginger Green.
Set sail for the judge and race 2.5 in front. Regal Dividend, Beautiful Trauma, Ginger Green going for a run between that pair, but he's often gone on Congreve Rocket, 200 metres from home. Congreve Rocket by more than 3, Ginger Green, but Congreve Rocket's got them done to a dinner. Congreve Rocket pulling away from Ginger Green. Zach loves to fly. It's all the way for Congreve Rocket. Congreve Rocket.
Tricky race this. I had about 3 horses very similar in my ratings. Ended up with number 4, Ginger Green on top. Gate number 1 with the cutaway in operation. Was equal favourite in the replay race when beaten by Congreve Rocket. Posted the fastest last 200 metres of any race at Pinjarra on that day, the 6th of August. Should get the gun run from gate number 1. Goes on top. From number 3, Popcorn Tender, who rates very closely with Champagne Diva. They come out of the same race at Belmont on the 5th of August. Champagne Diva was actually the winner of that race by a quarter of a length, but Champagne Diva was much deeper into her campaign than Popcorn Tender, who was just second up, and he's drawn gate 2 as well. Number 2 is Champagne Diva. Now, this horse was entered on Saturday in the race that was ultimately won by Clairvoyance. Finds a much weaker contest here, but has got the outside gate. Chloe Azzopardi takes over from Kira Yule, so there's a claim there. She's very good on speed, but I just fancy a couple of others might improve past her. And then number 8, Surf Point. Now, it has been very disappointing in the last 3 starts behind Keep Your Feet, Empire Reign and Classic Magnus, but that first run behind Continuance was out of a very high rating race, so I'm willing to give Surf Point one more chance. Top selection in race number 2 is number 4, Ginger Green, to beat 3, Popcorn Tender, 2, Champagne Diva and 8, Surf Point. Race number 3 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 3 o'clock. It is the Tab Touch Better Your Bet Handicap over 1,000 metres and in replay. We're off to the trials and the trial win of Divine Pair.
Corner, so Yelverton moves up wide out, but the leader had a kick on the inside. Divine Pair led by length and a quarter. Shoulder strap, the big boys coming after it now. In front is Divine Pair, shoulder strap in the middle, and on the outside is Yelverton, but Divine Pair is still clear from shoulder strap, and then Yelverton. Divine Pair doing it well, pulling clear, and Divine Pair wins it well by about 2 1/4. I'll make that 3 lengths.
Fascinating contest this because of the presence of number 6, Divine Pair. Colin Webster and Peter Nucky combined. This is a debutant representing a stable that knows how to land a gamble. It's now kicking off its career in a Class 1 handicap off a trial win. Is eligible for much weaker than this, most notably 3-year-old Maidens. Fascinating placement here, like the trial, has drawn sticky, gate 9 of 9. We're going to go with Divine Pair in this Class 1. Goes on top from number 3, Dance Cocky, who's finally had the ultimate gear change, so he's been gelded for his next campaign. Gate number 3 here, and I think he broke his maiden in this grade of Class 1, and he comes back to it here. I think he's got a fair bit of ability. We'll have to see what the gelding does for him. Number 8 is Classic Magnus, who rewarded punters who stuck fat with him last time out. There was a first up gamble on this horse. He was beaten by Billy Ain't Silly from the Webster yard. That's another tick for me as far as Divine Pair is concerned, because the Webster team must have a pretty good handle on Classic Magnus. Did break its maiden at Pinjarra last time out, did the Lindsay Smith Galloper. And then number 4, Casino War, should find this race a lot more suitable than the Marjorie Charleston Classic that she went round in back in April. First up without a trial here for Krista Pike and Simone Altieri. Top selection in race number 3 is number 6, Divine Pair, to beat 3, Dance Cocky, 8, Classic Magnus and 4, Casino War. Race number 4 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 3:35. It's the Sweps handicap over 1,400 metres, and in replay, let's have a look at the last start second of Giant Leap.
But homeward bound and Play Hard booted nicely clear. They come to the cutaway at the 350. Play Hard by 2 Hula Hoops, but here comes Giant Leap starting to wind up. Further back, Stellaran, Perceptive Miss. Play Hard joined by Hula Hoops, and Noski now goes to work on Giant Leap. They approach the 100. Hula Hoops won't lay down though. Hula Hoops, Giant Leap taking a day to get past it. It's Giant Leap, Hula Hoops kicks and wins. Hula Hoops are...
Giant Leap quite simply ran out of gas over the 1,700 metres 2 weeks ago. That was a very high rating race. It was won by Hula Hoops, who we'll see later on the Belmont program. Drops in distance here, drops in weight with a claim for Lakdar Romilly down to 57.5. I think that Giant Leap here with the winkers on is the one to beat. Lakdar Romilly's had 3 rides for Team Williams. He's had 2 minor placings. I think he might get his first win here in the Cerise and White. Goes on top from number 4, Great Waters, who was absolutely crunched in betting before running over the top of his maiden rivals 2 weeks ago. Chris Parnham takes over from Mitchell Pateman, carries the 60 kilos here, can win without surprising. Number 6 is Classic Rogue for Steve Wolf and Brodie Kirby. He's going to be spotting most of his rivals here, a start from gate number 11 of 11, but looking at his sectionals and his split times, I think he'll be very strong in the straight. And then number 7, Hotham Valley, comes out of the same race as Giant Leap, has got a fair bit of ground to make up, nearly 6 lengths, but has drawn the inside gate here, gets back, but the cutaway will present itself. Top selection in race number 4, best bet on the card, number 2, Giant Leap, to beat 4 Great Waters, 6 Classic Rogue and 7 Hotham Valley.